Hello, check, check.
Okay. Oh, your voice sounds so good. Look at you.
I'm gonna start a podcast, everyone.
All right, we'll go live right now.
All right.
Okay, Kelsey, cheers.
What's up?
Cheers, cheers, cheers. So happy you're doing this.
Me too.
How you liking LA?
I love it.
You love
it's
it?
like so different than Colorado and Alaska for sure.
Of course. So you've been out here for 3 months now?
3.5 months, yeah.
Where do you live at?
I live in Manhattan Beach.
Manhattan Beach.
Yep, beach town.
How is that?
It's cool. It's way different than I thought when I was coming to LA. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be plastic surgery, like fake lips.
Is
all
that
this
the
stuff.
outlook on LA?
Like 90210, you know?
Oh, okay.
Or like Beverly Hills. I don't know, you know the song Beverly Hills? That's what I thought.
Yeah. What was your outlook on LA before you got here, and is it what you thought it was before you got here? Because LA is really glamorized to a lot of people, and sometimes they come here, it's not what they expected, and sometimes it is.
Yeah, no, I was really surprised when I moved out here. I was like, wait, hold on, there are normal people around here? Like, not everyone wears stilettos and skirts. No, I was actually super surprised, especially
Right.
the beach towns where I live. Everyone's really cool and chill and
Laid back.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's awesome. I think a great part about living in California, or at least the part that I love, is that there's so many scenes you can find yourself in. If you
Yes.
want a certain type of scene or crowd to be in, there's LA and California in general is so diverse that you can find whatever scene you want to find.
Literally.
Right?
Yeah, no matter what you want. And also restaurants. There's any
Restaurant.
type of food you want here. It's great.
What do you use to find? You use Yelp to find the restaurants, or what?
Yeah, Yelp. I ask random people. Someone at the parking services at USC. She told me a bomb barbecue place downtown.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, you got to ask the locals. They're gonna give you the whole
Exactly.
wall spots. Those are the
Exactly.
best ones you have to find.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're getting accustomed to things out here, though. How is it compared to Alaska? That's what I want to know. You're the only person I know from Alaska. I've never met anybody else from Alaska.
Alaska's very different. I think a lot of people think that Alaska's everyone lives in igloos and rides sled dogs and has pet polar bears.
Yeah.
We don't at all. Well, I mean, some people live in igloos way out north, but no, Alaska is actually I'm from Anchorage, which is the city.
Mm-hmm.
The city. It's 300,000 people.
Shit,
yeah.
in Alaska? I didn't even know that many people live in Alaska.
Come on, see?
Well, yeah, people think, just like people have that outlook on what LA is like, people have that outlook on what Alaska is, right? I just, like you said, I think people are living in igloos, everything's frozen.
You gotta come
It
visit.
was 28 days, I'd be down. Let's
Come
do
on. I'll be the best tour guide ever.
Yeah, I bet.
No, but Alaska is, especially Anchorage. I can't speak for a ton of other places in Alaska, but Anchorage is the city, and so we have 2 malls. We have a bunch of really good restaurants.
Okay.
We have places to go, things to do. But it is way different than here. I mean,
Yeah.
for example, just the way that people dress is way different.
Oh, I bet.
Very dressed down in Alaska. It's
Really?
okay to wear rain boots to a nice restaurant, or Carhartts, or if you even know what Carhartts
Oh,
are.
yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Love Carhartt,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's really good material.
Yeah, it's great material.
No, that's why people wear it. It's so cold out
Yeah,
there, right?
yeah.
Even moving to Colorado, it was a culture shock as far as the way people dressed. And
Yep.
you've lived in a lot of places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where else have you lived?
Yeah, so I'm an Army brat. So my dad was in the Army for 27 years. So I moved around a lot.
Right.
I was born in Tacoma, Washington, right outside of Seattle. Love Seattle. But yeah, born in Washington, and then went to Alaska, and then after Alaska went to North Carolina for a year and a half, and then lived in Hawaii for 8 years. So all of elementary school.
Wait, you lived in Hawaii for 8 years?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Come on.
I knew you were from Seattle,
Yeah.
and I knew you were from Alaska,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
didn't know Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm a little Hawaii girl. People don't know that. A lot of people don't know that.
What
anymore.
phase in your life were you
So,
living in Hawaii
That was
for?
all of elementary school. So literally kindergarten through 6th grade. I lived in Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talking to the mic a little more?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, all through elementary school. Literally kindergarten through
Wow.
6th grade. Yeah.
Which place was your favorite between Alaska, Seattle, and Hawaii? All super different places, too.
Yeah, I feel that's hard. I don't know. They're all so different. I love Hawaii. That was my growing up, my childhood. ButAlaska, that's where all my friends still are. I obviously love Seattle. I think ultimately I'd love to live there.
Right.
My grandparents still live there, and so that's always fun to go back and visit. But I don't know. Alaska and Hawaii, they're just so different.
Yeah.
I do love going back home to
Literally
either of them,
polar opposites,
Yeah.
almost.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, That's a really interesting life you've had then. How is it like being an Army brat, as you say, and just that type of lifestyle you had to live when you were a kid, like having to pick up and move all the time, right? It must have been hard.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people think that it's like a hard lifestyle, and maybe it is for some people. I was really blessed to have a lot of like support with my family, my mom and dad both, and then my older sister. My parents just kind of taught us that every move is a new adventure, and so we really got the chance to, you know, experience different cultures, especially being able to live in Hawaii and Alaska and things like that. And yeah, it was always just a new adventure. I love moving around. Like when I lived in Colorado for that long, like after going to undergrad and then another year, like I thought it was the weirdest thing in the world to be there.
Just being in one place that long? Or?
I was like, it's time to move. It's getting like itchy skin.
I definitely feel you. Like I lived in here West Covina like my entire life in LA area, and like from people that are out here, people move away, but it's kind of rare. Like a lot of people get stuck here and they don't end up leaving. It's kind of like a bad thing about living here. And I don't know, like as soon as I moved to Colorado, I just couldn't get enough. Like I was like, I have to keep moving. Like I think conformity really scares me. Like I love getting out of my comfort zone. And anytime like I get conformed to a place, like I get anxiety like really bad. Do you get that?
Yes,
Do you get that way too?
I'm the exact same way.
You are?
I have a travel bug for sure. Like I need to get out and
That's
travel.
a good problem to have though.
It is, yeah, it's not bad at all.
Because some people don't end up leaving. Like they stay at the same place. Like I know people that have never left their hometown before to even travel. So it's a blessing, honestly, to be able to have that type of lifestyle.
I will say it's cool to like be like, I've always thought it was cool when people are like, oh yeah, I'm born and raised here, like never left, live in my same family home. Like that's cool. I never got that. But like y'all gotta get out. Y'all gotta travel a little bit. Come on.
Could you imagine living in one place?
No. Never.
I'm so torn though, because I don't know about you. Everywhere I travel, like there aren't too many places that I didn't like. Like every time I go somewhere, like I love something about that place. It makes me miss it. Like living in San Francisco last year, living in Colorado for 3 years, like I miss so much of every place, and I want to go back, but I love it here, and I'm like torn. I'm like, where do I go?
Well, at least you're only what, 23, 20?
25.
25? Yeah, you're old. No, I'm just kidding. No, you have a lot of life to live. You can still travel a little bit.
I'm young. I feel young, but see, that's the thing. I graduated college, like I'm high school class of 2012. So when you're a grad, what? You graduated before me. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See, it's probably the baby face. I just
it is,
yeah. Everybody thinks I'm a lot younger than I am, but yeah, it was when I went the JUCO route and played football. Like that's what kind of deterred me. They have a lot of rules down there you can like use. So I took like an extra I don't know if you ever heard of gray shirt year. I took a gray shirt year.
I heard of a gray shirt year.
It's your job to know what a gray shirt is.
Yes,
that's
sir.
But yeah, I took a gray shirt year and a red shirt year. So then made me graduate college a little bit later.
I know that.
What brought you to CSU, Colorado State first?
That's a really good question. I have no clue.
Really?
So my older sister, she actually went to CSU. She's 2 years older, and I, obviously being in a military family, I was like, I'm not following my sister to school. Like, I went to the same elementary school, same junior high, like same high school. I'm not gonna be Kate's little sister at college. Like, it's
How
not
old is
happening. She's 26, so she's 2 years older, almost 2 years exactly older than me. So anyway, she went to CSU, and I like visited a bunch of other schools. I had visited her like my junior year of high school just to check it out, basically just to visit her, like not to see the school at all. And then I went to visit her, and it was like fine. It was a fine visit. Then senior year came around, I went to visit other schools, and they were like schools I was dead set on going to. I was like, I'm going to this school.
Like which schools?
Gonzaga was like my top
Gonzaga?
School. Yeah.
Why Gonzaga?
They had a really good volleyball team, and I wanted to play volleyball at the time.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, Gonzaga, that's where.
Have a good basketball team, right? Okay.
Yeah, and it's in Washington. That's kind of where I thought I wanted to be. That's like most of the schools that I applied to were in Washington. And then I went to those schools, like the Washington schools, and like every school that I went to, I was like, no, like this, there's always something wrong with it. Right. And then in the back of my head, like CSU was there. I don't know why it was there, because it wasn't like anything that stuck out necessarily.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, but then I chose it, and it was a great choice, and I'm glad I went. So.
Me too. Yeah. I have a kind of similar story. I don't know how I ended up there. Yeah. I was in when I was playing junior college over here at Mount Sac. It's like down the hill. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I was playing ball there. After a couple of years playing there, I had an offer to a small school in Montana that I was going to. So I was going to go there. It was all set and everything. And then I was working out to go there. This was back in like 2014, 15. I got this weird like skin infection. I don't know how to explain it. It was just like small, and I thought it was just like a rash or something, and I was like, oh, it's gonna go away, like no worries. I kept working out. So I went to the doctors to try to find out what it was. It kept spreading on my body. So I was like, what is this thing? And they told me it was like integral, I don't know the terminology, integral bacterial infection, something like that.
Dang.
So what I didn't realize is that sweat makes it spread. So I ended up spreading like all across my body because I was working out so hard to go to like fall camp for them. And basically I wasn't medically cleared to like leave.
Oh shoot.
And the coach was just like, hey, you need to get healthy. Like we'll like once the season's over, like we'll take you back, we'll like reevaluate everything at that point. So I just waited it out. I ended up healing. It took like 8 months. I got better and everything was good. But when it was time to talk to the coach again, it's time for him like to reevaluate my scholarship, and he revoked it. He's like, we gave it away to somebody else. I was like, what? I was so bummed. So I'd like open my recruitment back up, but I hadn't played in like a while and like kind of fell off the map. So I ended up reaching out to like coach. Dude, I was like emailing my highlight film to like every coach.
You were one of
dude,
those
I was
kids.
I was like honestly, no, that's how you have to do it. Like so many kids rely out there in high school and like even junior college, and this is a good point like I actually want to make, is like so many people rely on their coaches to get them out. You can't just rely on your coaches. Like they're gonna have their outlook. They're gonna do what's best for them. If they give the wrong name to the coach, like as far as like the scouting report goes, if they give like the wrong person, then like that scout is gonna stop trusting that coach because they're giving them like bad names and they're giving them like bad players and everything. So I was like, I'm not gonna like put my whole like life career in the hands of my coach. Like I'm gonna let him do his thing, but I want to take my own initiative to put myself out there because this is my life. So I was emailing, I kid you not, like every college, like my highlight tape, emailing every coach, every recruiter, and I got a few replies, but one of them was Jeff. Remember Jeff Martin? Yeah, shout out to Jeff. He emailed me back. He's just like, hey, so we'd actually love to have you, but like we don't have any scholarships available, so like you'd have to go walk on. And I'm like, all right, like fuck it, I'm gonna try to earn like a scholarship. We'll see what happens. And then after like a year there, I ended up earning the scholarship. And then it turned out good. I had an amazing career. I loved CSU. It was a great time.
You killed it.
Yeah.
Everyone, he killed it.
Everyone. No, I just think it's important, for people to understand, like, you got to put yourself out there and make initiative, and don't leave your future in the hands of somebody else.
Yeah, no. And that's a good point, too. I mean, like, walk-ons, a lot of schools give walk-on scholarships. Like, you work your ass off, you get them. So, it's a good point.
Not easy, though. It's hard.
I remember when you got your scholarship.
You remember that?
Yeah. There was, like, a whole video and everything. It was good. I was like, I know him.
Yeah, it was cool. It's a cool moment. One of the best days of my life, for sure. But so you living in so many places, like what sports teams do you like? Like which ones do you have to like?
So I'm really weird with my sports teams. I obviously love Seattle sports. I think like the Seahawks are my heart and soul. Go Hawks. I have every article of clothing that could be Seahawks, probably. Leggings,
12th man gang,
hats, 12th man, towels, shoes, everything possible. No, but I do love the Seahawks. I grew up watching. Like I have a Matt Hasselbeck jersey.
Matt Hasselbeck,
no biggie,
legend,
best player in the game. I don't even know why he's my favorite.
You know, like, Russell Wilson's way better.
I do love Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
but so love the Seahawks. Mariners. I'm a big Mariners fan. I think that's just because my dad is from my dad and his side of the family are all from Seattle. Right. Then my mom and her side of the family are all from Pittsburgh. So then I randomly like the Penguins and the Pirates. Like
the Penguins and the
hockey,
Pirates.
And Pirates baseball. The Pirates are like second to Mariners.
So the Mariners.
And Steelers are like kind of in there, but they'll never be over the Mariners. So
you got a little process there. That's interesting.
I do, yeah.
I ride for my LA teams. Dodgers, like die hard. Actually, I don't. Not all of them. Like the Rams. I like the Rams just because they're from LA and they're doing good. It's a good time to like the Rams. Yeah, they're killing it. But I'm a big Miami Dolphins fan, which is really random.
Why?
My dad was like a diehard, and I just followed his footsteps. Yeah. Started liking the Dolphins. I was happy that Preston went there. Shout out to Preston. I was so hyped.
Shout out to Preston.
He's killing it right now.
He's killing it.
Preston, if you're watching this, bro, keep doing.
We're proud
of
you.
Thing.
I'm waiting for my jersey. By the way.
I'm about to buy a
Me too.
Preston jersey. Yeah, but Dolphins, Dodgers, Miami. I mean, not Miami. Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, if you're a Angels fan out here,
Is that like not the thing?
It's like I don't know how to compare it. It's like the Lakers and the Clippers. Like,
oh, I'm a Clippers fan.
You're what?
I don't want to be like everyone else. Everyone's a Lakers fan. I want to be a Clippers fan.
You want to go against the majority,
grain.
against the grain.
I went to 2 Clippers games this season.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like my first 2 weeks here. I was like, I'm going to the Clippers.
Well, I respect that. You didn't hop on the LeBron James bandwagon.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
I couldn't name one player on the Clippers, but I'm a Clippers fan.
Well, they used to have DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
I remember Brett Jordan used to be on our team. I
remember
remember DeAndre Jordan would come to some of our games and everything like that.
I do remember that, actually.
Yeah,
Who's he playing for now? That's like the one sport I honestly don't follow.
Beats me.
Is
He's a beast, though. I don't know where he's playing for. Yeah, I mean, Colorado sports, those fans, like, are serious. They don't like any other teams in any other states.
They're diehards, even when their teams suck.
Yeah, I respect it. Honestly, yeah, I got in a lot of, like, verbal arguments with, like, friends from over there, like, over Rockies, Broncos. Their stadiums are cool, though.
They are.
Like, Coors Field, always a good time.
Coors Field is fun. I do. The Rockies are, like, in the mix for, like, the favorite team, just because I've been to a lot of their games. They're fun games.
Yeah.
Really cool.
They have cool fans, too.
They do.
Everyone's really cool.
Yeah. Everyone's chill.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's interesting going to different stadiums and, like, seeing how the environment and culture is there. Like, if you go to Dodger Stadium, you're seeing fights. You're seeing people, like,
okay, I
drunk
was just at a game last night. I did not see a fight.
You were at the game. Oh, you were at the game last night, huh? Was it a day
fun.
game?
No, it was a night game.
It was a night game?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
I don't know where you're sitting, but anytime I go to a Dodger game,
there.
I'm seeing, like, fights. I'm seeing drunk people getting carried out.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, I think I was in the section with all, like, the high school, like, the junior hires. Like, I was so annoyed.
Yeah. It's expensive there for, like,
It
beer.
is.
You pay, like, $20 for, like, a beer.
Yeah, or,
It's
like, even for
ridiculous.
tickets. Like, you go to a Rockies game in Colorado, you pay, like, $30 for, like, good seats, right? Like, good seats. You paid, like, last night we paid $33, and we were literally, like, 5 rows from the top.
Really?
Like, I do
Yeah.
not understand
And
it.
if you want beer and food, it's like,
Yeah.
you spend like $100 so easily like that night. Yeah, it's the only downfall I think of like in the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. What I wanted to ask you, what intrigued you about getting started in football? Like,
That's a good
when you
question.
first got to CSU.
Yeah, so I actually, when I first got to CSU, my goal was to be like an event planner for like really big events. Like I wanted to be the event planner for like the Grammys and the Emmys.
Ooh.
I just thought that would be super cool and bougie.
You could be. I think you'd be good at that. I
Really?
can see that. Yeah.
It's my fallback plan, you know.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I really wanted to do that. And then freshman year happened, and I did club volleyball for CSU, and did that for a year, and then it didn't really work out. But after that, I was like, dang, I miss sports. Like, in high school, I played competitive soccer. I cheerled for 1 year randomly. And I did volleyball too. And so not doing any of that, like, I'm sure you understand now, like, you're like, shoot, like, you itch to, like, get it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, dang, I really miss sports in my life. What can I do? And I was like, oh, I'll just be an on-field reporter. I don't know why that was the choice.
On-field reporter?
Yeah. You know, like an Olivia Harlan, Maria Taylor.
Or like Erin Andrews?
Yeah, Erin Andrews, yep. So then I added, like, another major. So I graduated with 2 majors and 2 minors. For some reason, I thought that was cool to add as many as I possibly could. But yeah, so then I was like, I'm going to do on-field reporting. And then literally, like, within a month, I was like, that's not going to happen. I could do, like, sporting events, like events for sports teams. Yeah, and I started actually, there was, like, a random flyer out, like, end of my freshman year, spring of my freshman year. There's a flyer that my advisor gave me, and she was like, hey, it says, like, football, like, interns needed. And I was like, great, sure. It was literally just for game day events. I was like, this is awesome. It was recruiting.
Okay.
And then I just did that and then worked my way up, started working in the office, and then just stuck with that internship the whole time at CSU.
Oh, because you saw that flyer?
Oh, because I
That's
saw the
crazy,
flyer.
right?
Yeah.
I said this on the last podcast. Like, some little thing like that can change your life. Like, look, you have a great job right now. You wouldn't have had that great job if, like, it's that little interest in the past didn't lead you to that job, right?
Yeah.
Some little thing. That's cool, but is there something that led you to football specifically, though, as far as, or was it just like an interest? You were looking to get into sports? Yeah,
mostly just looking to get into sports. I started in football, but I also, like, had an internship with a minor league hockey team. I interned with a collegiate summer league 2 years in a row for baseball, minor league baseball team, and then just was with football all 5 years of school. And then when I graduated, the position as director of recruiting at CSU opened up, so I, like, interviewed for that, and that kind of fell into my lap. So that's kind of how I'm in football specifically. But.
Yeah, that's so cool. I remember me and you talking, I think it was at the spring game of 2017.
Yep.
2018, yeah. And we were like, what are we gonna do after we graduate? And we graduated in like two months.
Yeah.
And we both had no idea. You're
No.
like, I might go to here. I don't know where you said.
I think it was
specifically.
Seattle. It was between Seattle.
Yeah,
or
to work
just,
for
like,
some team.
baseball.
For a baseball team.
Yeah.
Was it the minor league team?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy
Didn't work out,
how
clearly.
well, you got a way better job, I think.
did.
Now.
Yeah, I did.
And yeah, we were talking like, what are we gonna do? I didn't know what I was gonna do. You didn't know what you were gonna do.
Yeah.
I literally filled out like at least over 300 applications, if not 500. Like a
What?
lot. Dude, I was like
I did not fill in that many.
determined to. I was filling out like, this is my process. I was like, let me fill out like anywhere between 8 to 10 applications a day. Like, and a lot of them
solid.
like you can like, I guess, import your profile and everything
Yeah.
like that. So it's not that hard. And I don't know. I get kind of annoyed when people say it's like it's hard to find a job after college. Like I understand that it is.
Yeah.
But to me it's like you're not working hard enough. Like if you fill
You're
out,
such a football player. Such
we're
an
getting all
athlete.
motivational. Like, stop being a pussy. No, nah, if you just work like hard and you fill out, it's like all about odds. You increase your
Yeah.
chances. Like if you fill out 300 to 500 applications,
Mm-hmm.
like you cannot tell me that you're not gonna get at least one interview from that, or
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you don't, like, hit me up. I'll try to help you. But
I'll fill them out for you.
I'll fill them out for you.
Everyone.
I don't know
I will
about
do
that.
it.
I gotta start getting like 500 people hitting me up. I gotta like start charging.
Yeah, hey, there you go. It's a side job.
There's
Be good.
businesses. There's people like that. Indeed.
Yeah.
People that do that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, to go back to that point, I was filling out a bunch of applications. All it took, I mean, I took a few interviews, but all it took was Yelp.
Yeah.
And it led me to have a great, like 8 months to a year in San Francisco. I loved it there. Yelp was a great company to work for. And yeah, I mean, and for you, the right opportunity, right,
Yep.
popped up for you, and
Yeah.
you just pounced on it.
Yep. Took it and ran with it.
Took it and ran with
Yeah.
it. And that, did you have any other like options of what you were gonna do besides taking the CSU job?
No, I applied for a few jobs since it's in sports. Sports is hard. Like the jobs in sports, they're literally like timing is everything. So either
Really?
the job is open, it's not like they're gonna necessarily create a new job for you. Especially for what I wanted to do. I either wanted to go into football recruiting, college recruiting, or I wanted to go into community relations for professional teams. And community relations and recruiting, actually, they're both such small niche like areas that unless a job opens up, you're not going to get the job. So it was really hard to find jobs. I was using like Teamworks Online, which is another.
Oh yeah, I've heard about them.
Yeah, it's like a job search network just for sports jobs, which is super cool. Shout out to them, they're cool. They have a lot of internships for those of people that are trying to get internships in college.
Cool.
But I applied to like 25 of them that were like possibilities. Never really heard back from any of them. Had an interview with a minor league baseball team in Seattle, who I had worked for before. Loved working with them.
Really?
That didn't work out, so then I was like, well, guess I'm taking the CSU job. Otherwise, I'm going back to Alaska. So yeah.
Is that where your parents are now? Alaska?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a great decision that you took.
Yeah,
and ended
me
up
too.
leading you there.
Mhm.
But I mean, that just goes to show, patience, opportunity. What do they say? What's that old adage? It's like luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And yeah,
Never heard
you're
that.
patient. You put 4 years of work in, and the school you're interning five.
Come on.
5 years of work in. No, that's serious. That's serious. Like a whole year.
Mhm.
Yeah, you put 5 years of work in, and it ended up paying off for the school that you were interning in. And
Yeah.
a lot of people it doesn't really happen for, but
Yeah.
I mean, if it does happen, you're banking in, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then what led you to USC's job?
Yeah, so this is kind of a random one. I was working at CSU. I had told myself, I'm going to stay there for at least a year. In 2 years, kind of start looking at other options, opportunities, just to see what's out there. And then 7.5 or 8 months came, and I got an email in my inbox, and it was a super, super short, like 1.5 sentences, and it was like, hello, we have this position open at USC for Director of On-Campus Recruiting. Are you interested? And it was like, the sign-off didn't even look that professional, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this like a fake email? So I waited like a week and a half. I was like, I'm not going to reply to that. And also, it
Really?
hasn't even been a year, and I told myself, like, I made a commitment to myself, it's going to be a year at CSU.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, like a week happened, and I was like, okay, I can't not reply to USC. Like,
Oh yeah,
I have to.
You have to.
So then I replied and I was like, yeah, I'm interested. Like, I'm interested in finding more information. And then we got on a phone call, and I thought it was going to be an informational phone call. Like, this is what it is. Are you interested in interviewing? And it was a phone interview. And
you were ready for it?
I was not prepared at all. I was also like deathly ill. It was official visit season. I was
Shit.
hacking up a lung. I was so sick, and I was like breathing really heavy trying to do this interview. But yeah, did that interview, and they were like, okay, yeah, the timeline's like a few days. We'll maybe give you another call back. And like an hour later, I got a text, and they were like, hey, can we get you on the phone tonight with someone else? And I was like, sure. Still thinking it's gonna be like an informational thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was still gonna be informational. But that night, got on another phone call, and it was another interview, and I was like, oh gosh. And then they were like, okay, timeline's gonna be like a week, 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, great, yeah, that's fine. Like, I still at this point was like, I'm still like, I'm just doing this for the experience. Like, I'm committed to CSU, which I am, or which I was. And
we always got love for CSU.
Yeah.
Always
Oh yeah.
were.
I'm a Rammy.
Yeah, Ram, always Rams.
I bleed green and gold.
Let's go.
But yeah, and then they, like 2 days later, they were like, hey, can we bring you out for an in-person interview? And I was like, oh shoot, I have to tell Coach Bobo.
Fast.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, then I did the interview. And
I feel like Bobo like is good about that though. He wants his people to like succeed and take opportunities, right?
Yeah, he's like, Coach Bobo is one of the coolest guys. Like, he definitely cares about his employees, and he told me when I first took the job, he said, work hard, and like, I will call any coach in the nation to help you get a job. Yeah. He even told that to me and my fellow interns when I first started interning there, and when I first started, it was a different coach, but when he came in, he had told all the interns.
McElwain, right? When he first,
yeah, so then he told all the interns when Bobo first got there, he was like, I'll call any coach, like, you work your butt off for us, and I'll get you guys a job. So he's awesome, and he handled it really well. He was really what's the word? Supportive. He was really supportive of me too.
Yeah,
I was like
class.
crying when I was telling him I was stressed. I didn't know what to do, and he like gave me a lot of good advice. So
hell yeah, I love. Awesome. Yeah, Bobo is great. Like, he literally changed my life. Give me a scully. Yeah. Shout out to Bobo.
Shout out Bobo and Fam.
And Fam.
Fam's cool too.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's crazy though that you were like ready for that call.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it too is like you have like leverage going into situations like that. Like, if you don't get the job, it's like, okay, I have a great job anyways. Like, and all it takes is that one good job to start you off, and you could build from there because you have a good job. You don't need, it's not, you're going into like those interviews and those situations and those opportunities like a little bit different because you have leverage behind you. And you, just like the way you are, like when you're at those interviews and whatever you do, it's just different because you already have a job. So
yeah, it was cool. It was a good experience. I really thought I was just going into it just for the experience, and turned out with an awesome job. So
they flew you out, and
they flew me out for interview, did an interview, like a whole day of interviews, and then flew back, and literally a week later on signing day, February 6th, whatever it was, 6th or 8th, I can't even remember. On signing day, I got the call from Coach Helton, and he was like, hey, we'd like to offer you this job. I'd been up since like 3:30 because it's signing day, and I was like busy running around trying to get guys, NLIs all over the place. And I get this call, and I was like, okay. Like, I don't really have time to think right now. Can I call you back?
That's such a football style. Like, they're calling these players. Let's offer Kelsey.
Yeah. Like, let me call the director of recruiting on her most busy day of the year and offer her this job.
That's pretty ironic, though, right? Signing day.
Yeah.
And they try to sign you.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. You
should have done one of those videos. You got like hats. Like, which one am I gonna do?
Like T-shirts or whatnot.
Yeah. Make a whole video out of it.
Next time.
Kids are getting crazy these days. Like, it's been getting crazy, like, compared to like when I was in high school. It's just like they're getting freaking like full videos, like movies, putting out movies, like doing crazy outlandish shit. Like, I think it's kind of cool,
high schoolers these days.
But yeah, I mean, why not use it?
Yeah, no, it is really cool. I think the recruiting process has definitely like gotten so much crazier and so much more intense and high profile since I started as a freshman in college. Like 7 years ago, it was literally like you sent graphics and stuff like that, but now it's like you have to have the best graphics and the most graphics, and now you have to make other, there's just like tons of things that high school boys expect now.
And the recruiting chips have elevated too, right? They've like what you have to do for them, and like they get full on photo shoots now, like with all the years. I mean, that's important for them.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing.
It is.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about like just doing what you love? Because I feel like doing what you love in the job that you are right now, it doesn't feel like work, right?
Yeah, I mean, I will say, in college football, no, precursor to this, I do love working in sports. Like, it is literally my heart.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of work that's put into it, though. I mean, in one sense, yeah, doing what you love, it doesn't feel like work at all in one sense. But, those 18-hour days, sometimes you're like, oh, Lord, it's been a long day. But no, yeah, it's always fun. I mean, I tell people that those 16-hour days, those, super long official visit weekends, like, they're so worth it. They're fun. You're exhausted. You can, like, hardly keep your eyes open, but it's fun and it's worth it. So
16 hours is long, but it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's really important for people to find out, like, what they're interested in, because like, you're willing to take on those 16-hour days because you love what you're doing.
Yeah. And
if you didn't, you probably would have quit a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's apparent. I can see that you're passionate about it just by the way you're talking about it. So
yeah.
That's awesome. What are some of the things that you love about working in sports?
Oh, there's a lot of things. I mean, first of all,
what's some of your
sports.
favorite ones?
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We get to go to games. Like, that's awesome. No, but I really do. I love working in sports. I think that I've learned since I started working in sports that sports is really a big community and it brings communities together. Eventually I want to go into community relations, and I think it's really important that whatever team you're working with or whatever team is within whatever community, that it helps to reach out to that community and that brings that community in. I mean, so many people are from different backgrounds, different demographics, different ethnicities, whatever it may be, in any given city, but everyone's a Dodgers fan or an Angels fan or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that sports bring people together, no matter your political view or your religion or anything like that.
Yeah, that's really true.
Yeah, so I definitely like that about sports. I think that's probably my biggest thing that I love about it. I love teamwork, like, as cliche as that sounds. Just growing up playing sports, like, teamwork is important, and I think in sports, like, the people that work in sports, a lot of them are former athletes, whether they played in college or not. And so everyone kind of views, challenges or things like that as like something you have to do as a team, like, there's just a lot of teamwork in it.
Yeah.
But I think that's really cool too.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good precursor to life too. Like, so many life lessons are learned that from playing whatever sport you play, and how it translates into the real world. Can't stress that enough. Like, and you meet great people and lifelong friends in sports. Like, I have, like, any team I've been on, like, those are my brothers for, like, life. Like, I don't have to like everybody, but, like, you have that special bond that's created through, like, sweat and blood that, like, you can't really get with, like, another person. And you find out a lot about a person, like, when you're going through football or you're going through any sport, like, how they practice, the way they are, it says a lot about the person they are. And even now, like, I get some former, like, teammates hit me up every now and then. I'm not gonna say, like, names, but, like, a lot of people hit me up sometimes, ask me, like, for favors, ask me, like, to put in a good word about whatever. And I look at it, I look back, I'm like, okay, how were you, like, during practice, or how were you, like, when I knew you? If you were like fucking around and not really, like, paying attention or just didn't really give a shit about anything, like, I'm not gonna, like, do my best to put you in a situation to, like, I don't know, because to me it's like you didn't prove that you were gonna do it. But at the same time, there's people that I played with in the past that were great, like, teammates, worked hard, and it's like, I'll do everything I can to help you, because like, and if I ever, like, start a business when I get older or whatever, like, I would gladly help some of these people. So
totally,
like, if you're in sports right now, it's like, the relationships you're building right now, don't think that it won't help you in the future. People look at it like job employers. If you never know, the person that you're working with might become a CEO one day, and they're going to look back on the time that you played with them, and they're going to see, like, what type of person you are and what type of player you are, and whether or not they want to help you out, like, just like I was talking about earlier.
No, that's really true. A lot of I actually have heard, and this is something that, like, everywhere I've recruited, aka the 2 places I've recruited, everywhere that I've been, I do tell recruits, I'm like, athletes, like, if you're a college athlete and put that on your resume, it actually means a lot to future employers, because they see that you're a college athlete, you have that work ethic, you have that commitment to excellence, and so you, like, actually are more likely to get a job if you say that you're a college athlete. And if you work hard in school and are smart, but, other than that.
I mean, of course, it matters, but there's some things you go through as an athlete that you don't really go through otherwise. Yeah. Totally. When I was at Mount Sac in junior college, we won, like, the state championship. We got this, like, really big ring. So, like, whenever I'd go to an interview, I'd, like, wear it, and I just shake their hand like
That's awesome.
and make sure they touch the ring. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. That's
You
just
make sure you like
that's just
put
the
your
state
hand over a
championship
little.
ring that we won, and like, oh yeah, you want to know about it? Just tell them about
That's
like
awesome.
just got a stun on him like that.
That's legit.
Yeah. How are the coaching staff at USC?
Oh, they're awesome. They're so awesome.
Yeah.
I loved the coaches at CSU. Like, they were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And they really all helped me being a first time as a director of recruiting, and they were awesome. But yeah, coming to USC, these coaches are so cool. They have so much experience. I mean, we have former head coaches as some of our position coaches. We have former NFL coaches as some of our coaches. I mean, we have really good experience on our staff. And not only good experience, but really genuinely good guys and good fathers and good men and all of that too. So yeah, they're
That's
awesome. Yeah.
Coach Helton, right?
Yeah, Coach Helton.
There's do you know who Tyler Vaughns is?
Yeah,
On the team? Yeah, Tyler. He his whole family. I played with all of his brothers.
No
like
way.
Not all of them, but yeah, that whole family, the Vaughns family. They're like football legends out here.
No
really.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
He has older brother Jeff. It's the oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
I played with him in high school. He's like one of the best ones, like out of all of
Nice.
them. And then his younger brother Aaron Bonds. I played with him in junior college. He ended up playing for Utah State.
Oh,
He scored the
cool.
winning touchdown against us. He beat us. Freaking Aaron.
Come
So
on,
happy
Aaron.
for him, but yeah.
That's cool.
The way that game ended, though, oh my God.
I don't like talking about any losses. Like, they're really sad.
I know. I was pissed
No.
when I saw that. Yeah, their whole family are just like freak athletes.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
he's like not an exception. He's amazing, right?
Yeah,
over there.
he's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, all the guys at USC are like amazingly talented.
It's a different
like, I'm
talent
amazed.
pool, right? Like
It
compared to like
is.
CSU.
Yeah, I mean, CSU has some crazy good guys too, but it is like Pac-12 is a different animal. Like, the guys, it's like Pac-12 and SEC are completely opposite. I mean, not opposite, but different elevated like level of skill and craziness.
Yeah. How you guys looking this year?
Oh, we're looking
Let's see.
good. We're looking good. I mean, I obviously wasn't here last season. I know it wasn't the season that they wanted to have, but I think we're going to do really good. We have some
think
young
so?
guys, but we have some really, really big talent on our team. So
Okay.
I'm excited to see
That's
what
cool.
happens.
I'll be rooting for you.
Yes.
So I was
Rooting for us, but you're wearing a Clemson Tigers hat. First of all, I noticed that like 2 minutes into this interview, and I need you to take it off right now.
roll with the
That
winners.
is not okay
Roll
with
the
me.
No,
I thought we were friends.
I worked for Zephyr, the hat company
I
that
don't
makes
care.
this. Zephyr, one of the biggest hat distributors, but I don't care. She's pissed.
I'm
Not gonna. They like gave me like unlimited supply. I'd probably have like literally half of the college teams hats.
And they didn't give you a SC hat.
So I was about to say,
Mm.
I used to be a die-hard like UCLA fan, like to the
Oh
point.
my! I'm leaving. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, so
kidding.
I would like literally, I knew every player's name. Like I like worship UCLA. Like my grandpa went
Dang.
there. A bunch of like, a lot of my family members went there, and yeah, I loved UCLA. So like I used to hate USC's guts, but I think when I went to CSU, I kind of just like outgrew that. I'm like, why am I like a college I didn't even go to? It's like my passion for
Valid.
UCLA transfers to like CSU, but I'm not like a crazy fanboy like that anymore.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm okay with rooting for you now since not the biggest you. I'm like,
Well,
all right,
I'll
Kelsey.
get you a USC hat, okay?
You give me USC hat? I'll
get you a
rock the
USC
USC
hat.
hat. I'll throw it
Okay,
on the
good.
podcast too.
Yes.
I'll give you a shout out.
Yes.
Yeah. So what does a day in the life look like for you? Life look like?
It's always different, honestly. It is constantly changing. It kind of depends if it's in season, out of season. If it's official visit season, it's completely different animal.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, right now it's summer. Like, we're just about to start summer workouts, and summer camps start literally next Sunday. So that's going to be a crazy life. It's going to be, working and, answering a ton of emails. Right now I'm just setting up unofficial visits, really. We get a lot of unofficial visitors, which is fun because then we get to give tours of the facility and the campus and do the fun uniform photo shoots and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of that right now. We're doing a lot of communication with recruits. So sending out handwritten letters. We have our coaches write letters every single day to different recruits every day. Constantly sending those out. We're constantly sending graphics out, personalized graphics, generic graphics to guys. Basically just getting our logo and our name out there a little bit more
Okay.
right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
But it's always evolving, right?
Yeah, always.
Okay,
It'll usually be like morning time. We're doing meetings, stuff like that. We have a staff meeting every day, so kind of the normal thing. And then afternoons, we have a lot of visitors, so we're giving tours. I also have a ton of awesome interns. Shout out interns.
Hey.
I told them I'd shout them out too. But yeah, no, they do an awesome job in helping me give tours, and they know more about SC than I do at this point.
Yeah.
So they've been teaching me.
And you're so fresh out of like being an intern that you like understand where they're coming from probably,
Yes.
right? So you can relate.
Yeah, my interns, they have my heart. No matter where I am, even my interns at CSU, they're absolutely amazing and something for me. I mean, I had some awesome mentors. I had also some awesome bosses. I also had some not so good bosses. So I've kind of seen everything there is.
Yeah, you got to work with what you got.
Yeah. So I like to, I treat my interns awesome. I like to think that obviously I'm their boss, but I'm also their friend, and I want to be their mentor, and that's kind of how I want to be with any intern. I tell all of my interns when they come in that my ultimate job is to get them a job. Obviously, we want to do the best we can here at SC, and when I was at CSU, the same thing. But ultimately, when they graduate, I want to be able to help them get a job and talk to whatever coach I may know to get them a job. So
definitely looking out for their best interests, right? Yeah. Awesome. That's a Kelsey I know.
Yeah.
But do you get any free time? Like you get some time to explore?
A little bit. Yeah, no, I do get a little bit. Coach Helton's been awesome and gives us like family time. Family is really important. Same at CSU. Faith Family Football is a motto for both those teams, which at CSU. But USC too, Coach Helton makes it a big point that when you're done with work, you're done with work. Like go home, spend time with your families, go to church if you do, like things like that. So he's given us a little bit of time off. It's been cool. I've gotten to drive around a little bit and go to the beach like twice, but I got to do some more.
What else have you done? Have you done anything else?
I went to Clippers games, did that. I've been to a lot of restaurants. Like I'm a foodie. I love food, as we
There's
said
so
earlier.
many to try.
There are. Yeah. I eat all the time. But yeah, done that. Obviously, I moved into my apartment. That took like a long time to do that.
I can imagine.
But yeah. What else have I done? I went to Malibu. Like I've driven that drive, like the PCH. Yeah. Done that. Done Santa Monica. I haven't been to Hollywood yet, but I'm not super into it.
Yeah, the whole scene.
It's really touristy.
I'll have to. We're gonna for sure hang out. I'm gonna have to take you around like what I know in LA.
Yeah,
there's some cool spots.
I need some tour guides.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. What's crazy about like the Venice Beach area and like Malibu area, like Venice Beach and Santa Monica, like it goes from like Venice Beach and Santa Monica and Malibu. They're all close to each other, right?
Yeah.
Like Venice Beach though is like has like so much kind of like poverty. It's kind of like it's a cool area. I love Venice Beach, but it's like the way it's, I guess, culture is it's like kind of like poverty. But you literally drive 5 miles down the road to Malibu and you're seeing like Maseratis, G-Wagons, Lambos, like literally just 5 miles away from each other, like as far as the area goes, and like only in LA will you see something crazy like that.
Yeah, I literally have never seen more than one Tesla in my life, and I see literally like 5 in the same area. Like it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I
mean, but you're enjoying yourself so far, right?
Oh yeah, I love it here. There's literally so much to do. Like I'm not a big partier, like I don't really go out, but I've been out a few times. It's really fun. But yeah, there's literally, no matter what time of the day, like there's always stuff to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived here a majority of my life, and I still have not taken advantage of doing everything like here. I've done a lot of shit, but like not nearly what's like I probably should do as far as all the stuff there is to do and see.
Yeah.
So like I still myself have a lot of places I need to go.
A lot of exploring to do.
A lot of exploring to do. You can never end.
No. Not here at least.
Yeah. How about being like a woman in sports? I know that it's
my favorite topic.
It's really male dominated as far as being around coaches, players, you name it. Like, how is it?
Yeah. I will not lie when I say being a woman in sports is difficult at times. There are some instances where you notice that like, okay, that was because I was a woman that happened, or just little things that happen. But I always tell people, like people have asked me this before, like how is it being a woman in sports, and what advice would you give to younger women trying to get in? And I say don't use like being a woman as an excuse. Use it as your power. So I think that's a big thing. I mean, I think that women bring an awesome perspective to sports, to the sports world, and whether it is in recruiting, whether it's in coaching. I mean, we have some awesome women that are getting into coaching. Shout out to Kelsey. That they went to CSU.
Shout out to
for the Raiders, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's like a basketball coach for the Spurs, right? CSU is just like
CSU
producing boss ladies.
They are. But yeah, no, I think that being a female in sports is something really, really special. Working in recruiting, obviously, I think that there are a lot of stigmas working in recruiting as a female, and I kind of laugh at them. I'm like, well, you haven't seen me like do my job, so don't put that name on me. But yeah, no, I think it's fun and it's cool. And I mean, at first I was like, okay, this is weird that I have no females in the office, which I do. We have an awesome Cheryl Taplin at USC. She's one of our executive assistants, and she does an amazing job. So we kind of like stick together because we're the only females in the office. But I definitely noticed myself like on a daily basis, like coaches will like walk by and like burp or like sneeze and not cover their mouths. Like, you guys, come on. Like, I feel like I'm their mom like half the time. But no, it's really fun. Yeah, being a female is cool in sports. It's definitely hard work though. You definitely have to work like 10 times harder. When I was an intern, or when I was a student at CSU, I was in a sports class, and we had a guest speaker, and she was a female, and she said, she is a metaphor obviously, and she goes, you know, as a female in sports, you have to work 10 times harder to get a seat at the table. And then I learned that is not only a metaphor, but it's also like literal, that like sometimes in staff meetings, like, I'm not at the table. Like, you literally have to work your butt off to get a seat at the table.
You have to like make your voice heard too. Yeah, to get respect. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's definitely come a long way though, from what I noticed, from what it used to be, just with women rights and everything, as that's evolved. And I mean, it's progressing like slowly, but it is progressing. Would you agree? Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like, it's definitely something that, I mean, as a player, you don't even realize, like, you don't even, with everything that they have to do and then coaches go through, like, I don't think they give the right time that they should to like making women that are in sports, that are in the offices, feel comfortable as they should. Yeah. I think it's something that should definitely be worked on by everybody.
I'm definitely like, I'm the kind of person where like, I don't want anyone to be like, feel sorry for me or be like, we need to like have more support for women in the office. Like, no, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Like, I can stand up to the guys. Like, or like sometimes coaches in the past have been like, oh, like they'll swear and then they'll be like, oh, excuse me. And we're like, okay, we got into this industry. We know what we're getting ourselves into. If you're going to say like a bad word, just say it. Like, you don't have to be like, sorry, females or women. Like, I'm good. I can handle myself.
I can handle some cuss words.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've never been like the woe is me, like playing up that I'm like a female in sports. I just work in sports.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just, cool. So you don't see it as like something, like, you're just a person that's working in sports. Like, you don't want to see it.
I do like saying I'm a female working in sports. I think it's cool to be one of few women that work in college football. There's like, you know, a lot of recruiting ops people and on campus people are females, but there's not a lot of us. Yeah. And then, you know, in coaching there's even less and things like that. So I think but like I was saying, I think that's our power. Instead of being like, this is my excuse, like, oh, poor me, I'm a woman in sports, like, we need more help. It's like, yeah, I'm a woman in sports. Like, hell yeah, let's go.
I love it. it. You have to use your platform to like empower other women that want to do what you do. There's a lot of women that want to get involved in sports, even that I know. From out here, I mean, that's why I love having you on right now, because people out here like love USC football. Like,
I thought you were gonna say they love me, and I was like, oh yeah, I know.
People are gonna love you after they listen to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, use your platform to empower other people, and because you're not gonna have it forever. Like, and while you have it, you want to make sure you touch as many people as possible, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah,
and we look forward to seeing your journey through USC football. Where can people find you on like social media and everything?
Oh yeah, Instagram is at Kelsea Winkle, KelseaWinkle. My name is spelled kind of fun. It's not like normal people. And then Twitter's the same, at Kelsea Winkle.
Awesome.
So yeah.
All right.
Add me, follow me.
Sounds good. All right, Kelsea.
All right.